being the fastest quarterback you've never seen. I'll be right back. There's no quicker way to get into DFS. Play Super Draft today and see for yourself.
We're behind. They're all fired up. What we got to do? First place, our defense has got to go out there and take the ball. Then when we get the ball, we got to have 11 people that's going to do their job and try to score every time you get the football. If we do that, we'll be all right. Do that, we'll be all right.
What we do is important, but how we do what we do becomes more and more important. And that's for every guy here. We got to do it better. Our goal is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play. And that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time. It's all about what does it take to break.
You are satisfied? If you are not hungry, you need to check yourself.
They want to take what you got to go get it and go out.
Right now is your chance. Right now is your opportunity. Right now, you got to make today count.
Man, happy Thursday. What's the day? 14th of April. What's going on, Nick?
What's going on? What's going on?
I don't know it, man. Want to welcome everybody to Nick and Rise Up Football Talk. Like I said, today is Thursday, April the 14th, 2023. And tonight, you guys, we're talking football with an Auburn guy here, Auburn fan. So we're going to welcome him, and his name is Mr. Jermichael Alford. Mr. Alford, welcome to the show, sir.
What's going on, man? What's going on, fellas?
No,
What's going on?
good to have you on the show. Glad you could make it, man. I know you born in 1982. I've been doing my research. So I'm gonna give you a fun fact. Auburn, fun fact for 1982. You might like it. You might like it. I know you're gonna like this one. So in 1982, Auburn Tigers went 9-3. Okay, losing to Nebraska, Florida, and Georgia. They beat Alabama that year.
Yeah, I remember Bo Jacks.
So yeah, that year, and then they went on to play in the Tangerine Bowl that year, and they beat Boston College 33-26. So, pretty decent year for Auburn in '82. I don't know if you had anything to do with that, but just took everything. But anyway, man, we just want to talk some Auburn football, talk with you Auburn fan and everything. But before we get started, me personally, I have a question for you.
All
right. You being born and raised in Tuscaloosa, DCH, Druid City Hospital. How did you become an Auburn Tiger fan over a Crescent Tide fan? Don't laugh.
I mean, you know me, man. I like to be different, and I don't know. I don't know. When I didn't start really watching football till after I graduated from high school, and at that time, Auburn was getting the best of Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah,
Mhm.
Auburn was beating Alabama 6-7 times in a row. So that's all. When I'm out and then I'm hanging out on the UA, and then the Iron Bowl come on and Auburn winning. So
Uh-huh. Okay.
at the time, I was like going with the winning home team. Auburn was the winning home team. Alabama home. So, yeah.
Auburn ain't the home team. He was from Tuscaloosa.
And Alabama.
Listen.
Alabama is Alabama.
No. Listen,
I mean, Georgia
high
fans,
school,
they got fans all the way down in
Mike.
Tifton, all that stuff, right?
That's not. But our high school is 2 blocks, 3 blocks away from Bryant Stadium.
I mean,
Central is
stadium
over.
field.
Central is the overflow parking. It ain't really overflow. People park and walk right now to the game. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, man, this America. We grown. You can root for who you root for. So
Yeah.
all in our bowl, we on separate sides of the fence. So anyway,
Auburn was winning when I started liking football.
it's all good, man. It's all good. I ain't mad at you. So
Alabama looked bad.
let's talk about the 2023 season. Go ahead, Nick.
I'm gonna tell y'all how much I don't like Auburn. My 5th grade teacher was an Auburn fan. I almost dropped out of elementary school. Get his education. I don't need it. She the devil.
Oh man, you might like being an Auburn fan, man.
Well, I don't know, man.
We ain't no chicken cat fan, man. Y'all ain't know y'all tigers or eagles or cat birds.
It's fun on y'all. I'm telling you.
Y'all know what y'all. I know what y'all do down there. Y'all practice voodoo down there. I know that much. Y'all be shaking the chicken bone.
Elephant or a tide or what? I don't know what that is.
You know what a tide is. You know what a tide is.
I don't know what no elephant got to do with anything, but okay.
We need a what's called. We have one elephant. Y'all have 2. Go Tigers, War Eagle. That don't even make no sense. But anyway.
They perfect.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about the 2023 season, man. We're gonna talk.
All right.
So
the what?
Being this 2023 season, right?
Okay.
So you guys got new head coach, new OC, and a new DC coming in for the first year.
Yep.
How do you feel about that? I mean, do you think that Hugh Freeze, what's the Montgomery and Roberts? You think they're gonna come in and make a direct turnaround? Or you think it's gonna take a year or 2 to get the program back up to par?
I like that he's bringing in folks that he's familiar with. You know what I'm saying? Especially the OC. I know what Hugh Freeze offense can do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it looked good everywhere he's been so far, and I just think that he's gonna turn it around this year. I think this year he's gonna shock a lot of people and he's gonna win some games. If he get a quarterback. Now, that's if he get a quarterback. I think that's the only position that we need to succeed. I'm gonna put it like that, because what we got right now ain't gonna work. I mean, he's looking for a quarterback, and if he get any quarterback that's any different than any other one that we got, I think he'll win.
So you think he's gonna step in? Go ahead, Nick.
And what he said today is, I agree on that, because I think I even seen today that he reaching out to a quarterback. I think it was a Oklahoma State transfer. Yeah. So I agree with that.
So you don't think Ashford, Finley, Pate, or I can't do the other name, like Garner, how you say? No, neither one of them.
His name is Garner. And Garner, that's how they pronounce it, Garner. Like Turner, but Garner. But I think Garner is is our only hope.
Really?
I mean, you know, if he get it together before September, you know what I'm saying? Ashford, I like Ashford, but he's not gonna win no SEC games, man. And he can't make the throws. And I mean, just running all game, team's gonna stop it. You know, so I know he can't. It's not no way that he's gonna be able to get too much better. And Hugh Freeze is not even playing around with it. He's not even saying that it's looking good. He's not saying that it's looking good at all with what we got.
Right.
He got to get a quarterback, and
because
if he get a quarterback,
because Hugh Freeze, he like to air the ball out. And the offensive coordinator he got, he like to air the ball out. And he knows Robbie Ashford ain't gonna be it. He could be Robbie Ashford, he in the Gus offense, he'll be good.
Yeah.
He'll be good in that type of offense. But you have to build your team too much around that to be successful with him.
Yeah.
And like you said about the younger guy, he has the biggest upside right now. He does the biggest upside right now.
Yeah. Hugh Freeze not playing around with it. He know he's not gonna win with what he got. He even said it. He's not even playing around with it. That's what I like about him over Gus. Gus will act like everything look good, and then game one, he look bad out there on the field, and you like what Gus was seeing all along. But Hugh Freeze, he seemed like he's about business, and he ain't trying to play around with folks. He ain't trying to sell us nothing to make us think that everything is looking good. Like he's really saying that it's not looking good. So,
and you know that, and you got to be like that because he coming in, he trying to you know what I'm saying, fix what Brian Harsin did or whatever. And you got that when you try to change the attitude of the culture. You just can't be sugarcoating, John. It got to be what it is. Like, no, this ain't what we're looking for at a quarterback. You got to be like that. I get that.
Yeah. He already said that's our weakest room.
Yeah,
it's the quarterback. I mean, we got some decent wide receivers, and like you were saying, in a Gus style offense, Robbie Ashford would look good, but it won't do nothing for the receivers.
It won't.
You see what I'm saying? That's why when Nick Marshall was out there, even though I love Nick Marshall, it didn't look good for the receivers because we didn't air the ball out too much. You see what I'm saying? Sammy Coates, he did good, but
he could have been better.
He could have been better. I mean, I think we didn't utilize him enough because of the running. Like Nick Marshall was so elusive, like with the running, where we didn't need like big time receivers too much because he did throw the ball. It was always on a play action where nobody knew if he was gonna throw it or not.
Yeah, and go back to what I was telling you earlier about Jonathan Wallace, my cousin. And people thought I was saying this just because he was my cousin. I said, if that offense wanted to be a different style offense for airing the ball out, Jonathan Wallace could have did it. Like he really could have. He really could throw the ball with like on point and everything. He was smart. He could read defenses, but he didn't fit that style of offense that Gus was trying to run. That's why he didn't work out there as a quarterback.
All right. So 2012, before Gus came, when we had Frazier.
Yeah.
Or somebody like
Matter
that.
of fact, that same year Frazier was starting. Wallace, my cousin, he ended up taking that starting position for like the last 4 games or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Cool. So we talked about the quarterback position, which you ain't too keen on.
No, I'm not.
But do you think the brass, the top brass, the boosters and everything, is going to give Hugh Freeze reign to let him do what he need to do? Not try to hold him back, not try to make him choose who they want to choose, or what I'm saying? Like, cause I can't say they probably did have Gus held down a little bit, like, hey man, we gonna let you stay, but you gonna run it the way we say run it. I think they kind of have him with Harsin, and he wasn't going for it, and he was new, and he wasn't an SEC coach either. So, but do you think Hugh Freeze, that he has the pedigree that he has? He's already been in the SEC. People always talking. He'd already be Saban, time or two when he was in Mississippi. So, do you think that they're gonna let him do what he need to do to turn that program around to be successful?
I think they will now. They didn't let Harsin do it because they didn't believe in Harsin.
Right.
You know, that's the fact. I mean, he came in and the energy wasn't even good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even the player said is totally like night and day now from Harsin to Freeze is different. I think that Auburn boosters now know that they got to like they want to win. So, you know what I'm saying? I think right now with Freeze, I think they trust Freeze because he's saying the right things and doing the right things right now. And then, you know, he did say the recruiting class, we were like what 60th when Harsin was in, you know, the head coach. Then when he got fired, we lost a couple more. And then Hugh Freeze just came in and started bringing players in left and right. So I think that I think the boosters will, you know, kind of I think they'll give them the green light, you know, Hugh Freeze. But I think they would have did it with Lane Kiffin. I know they wanted Lane Kiffin more than they wanted Freeze, but I wanted Freeze over Lane Kiffin because I can't go for that fourth and 7. Go for it you go for it on your own 20 on 4th and 7. You go for it on your own 20 and just take that gamble and just give somebody else 7 points like
right.
that. So I was just, you know, yeah, I was happy with Freeze. I ain't really playing Kiffin.
And I want to double back on what you were saying about Harsin. This is what I was saying. I wasn't a big fan of Harsin. Matter of fact, when Auburn hired Harsin, I was like, what the heck are they doing? But I'm going to say this. They didn't give him a shot from the get-go. Like, from the get-go, no fans, no coach, nobody gave him a shot.
I don't know what they were thinking, man. Like, for that, they could have just kept Gus for 2 years and found Freeze after that. I mean, I believe Gus would have made some noise 2021 because we had everything we needed. We had Bo Nix, who was coming along, you know, he was doing a little better. And we had the receivers. We had Seth Williams, and you know we had the running backs. You know we gonna keep a running back.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's like I think 2021, and we had the defense. We had McCrary out there who was a shutdown corner. So we had the defense. Gus had everybody in line where we can have a good 21 season. Like the 2021 was terrible because it was the COVID year and stuff like that. And they just cut him. I don't understand that. Not for Harsin.
Honestly, 2021, if y'all would have had Gus, sorry, Alabama fans, y'all possibly could have won that game against us.
Oh, yeah. Gus would have held that ball on that last drive. With 2 minutes left, Gus was the king of holding the ball. He probably would have did 3 quarterback kneels and punch.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because
he would have made Alabama not have no timeouts, no nothing, you know, to work with. Like, even the folks, the commentator, they said, well, Alabama probably get the ball back with like 40 seconds with no timeout.
Yeah.
We gave him the ball back with 1 minute and 42 seconds with a timeout.
Hey,
I don't know what Harsin was thinking. Like he, you know, Tank. They say Tank ran out of bounds, but it was Harsin's job to be like, look, no matter what, don't go nowhere near out of bounds, man. Keep that clock running. Make them call timeouts.
Hey,
that's what you.
Tank Beasley became my favorite running back when I see him going toward that sideline. I was like, yes.
I was like, what are you doing? I'm covering my eye like, please don't, unless he's going to trick them like he's going to run out of bounds and then get the first down. Because all we needed was the first down, it would have been over. But he ran right out of bounds like, oh, my God, that's it. I said Bama won. I already knew once Bama got the ball back, they were going to score a touchdown. I already knew. Even though we held them from scoring all game, I already knew that was the time when they were going to score a touchdown. And then we punted the ball on the 1. On the 1. That gave me some kind of hope. Like, okay, they got to go all the way from the 1. It's like, they did it. I mean, I already knew they were going to do it, man. I saw that, they got the clip playing that Titanic song or something like that in the background. Every time I see that video, I just turn. I don't even want to watch it.
King Bryce went up there serving up. Ooh, boy, he was out there dishing them out that day. Hey, Corey Brooks. Hey, boy, that was
And then like, yeah, they started going away from I know Jameson Williams, he got kicked out,
yeah,
right? And then for targeting.
yeah.
And then Mechie, I forgot what happened. He was out there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
Mechie was
out
out
there.
there. They started going the other route. Yeah, they started going the other route. And then in the fourth overtime, that's when Mechie caught that thing, that last 2 point. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, it was a good game though.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
great.
I mean, that was that was a real good game, man. That was a game that kept you on your feet the whole time, you know.
Right. But you know, Gus was known that every other year beat Alabama, so you know.
Yeah.
You got to give Gus that.
Yeah.
Every other year.
Yeah, I believe that was his year. I mean, he was gonna beat. I mean, if Auburn played anything like that with Gus out there, Gus probably scored another touchdown, or he would have kicked another field goal or something. He would have got another field goal in where it was out of reach. That was just one of those games that seemed like Gus had Gus written all over it. You know what I'm saying?
One thing about Gus would have did something early on in the game that would probably got an extra touchdown on the board too.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I said. We got that one touchdown, but I think Gus would have got us in field goal range more times to get them field goals. And you know Gus was gonna kick them field goals.
Right.
He kicked field goals no matter what. He was gonna kick them field goals.
Right. So, okay, 2023 season, right? We're gonna do a rundown. So,
all right,
September the 2nd, first game. You guys got UMass at home. We already know you're gonna win this game. What do you say the score will be?
This Auburn now. It ain't gonna be easy. It might come down to the last drive.
Before we get into the schedule preview, I'm gonna ask you, what was your overall thoughts about this spring game that just passed this weekend?
We couldn't do nothing because it was raining. That was my overall thought. Like, they couldn't really air it out because it was raining real bad down there.
Yeah.
I was going to go to, but it was raining so bad, I couldn't even go. Like, the fans, they all sat underneath where the stadium overlaps the bottom seat.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't get, it was just raining so bad. They cut the game down, to get on out of there. They didn't even play the whole 60 minutes.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah. So we couldn't, Hugh Freeze saw that we couldn't really get nothing going, especially in the passing game with it being so wet. But
running game look good though.
The running backs look good. But I already know we're gonna keep running backs because Cadillac gonna keep some running backs. But all of them look good. Shoot, to be honest, fourth, third, and fifth string look good. We got some big backs, man. We got some good ones.
Yeah.
It look like we stacked in that position for sure. We ain't worried about no running back.
I got one more question before we get into the schedule preview. Did you want Cadillac to get the job as the head coach last season?
No, I didn't. I wanted him to stay. And I'm glad that he got the raise and everything. But he if Auburn want to win, we can't win with no Cadillac right now.
Yeah.
It ain't like you jump from, running back coach to head coach and start winning games. Maybe in a few years or something. But he was gonna have to prove himself in what we got or what we had before recruiting and stuff like that, and all these transfers and stuff like that. What Hugh Freeze brought in, I don't think Cadillac would have brought in that many transfers, And then Hugh Freeze, he all about passing the ball, so he brought in a whole bunch of offensive linemen. I don't know if Cadillac would have been able to do his first year. You see what I'm saying? Those offensive linemen came in because they know what Hugh Freeze can do, and they know that Hugh Freeze can get them to the next level if they're blocking for the quarterback. You see what I'm saying? Because you said, he like all.
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you why I didn't want him to get it, because Cadillac, he's such an Auburn dude. He's such an Auburn guy. He loved Auburn. He loved being at Auburn. He loved the museum before he even got promoted to the interim head coach. And I didn't want him to go out and end up doing bad and end up getting fired, and it's a bad relationship between them two. That happened for him.
Right.
Yeah, the fans love Cadillac right now.
Right.
They can end up hating him and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then now, you know, this guy who really loved Auburn is, you know, when fans hear his name, they booing him just because he started losing or something. I don't know.
Yep.
That's another reason why. Yeah, like you said, that's the main reason why I ain't want him to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he ever become a head coach in the future, that's great. But you know, right now,
too soon.
Right now, especially how bad we are, we need a real experienced coach in right now. We need somebody like, you know, who frees right now. So yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, let's get to this schedule. So you said Izzy at Auburn, so but just a score prediction. UMass, man, come on.
Yeah, I think Auburn, since you know, we're gonna run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
This defense, this is the first time in a long time that we don't have just like known experienced studs on their defensive line. You know, normally Auburn's strength is their defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Alabama struggled that game back then, because we sacked Bryce Young like 7-8 times in that game. Auburn used strong up front on the defensive line. This year, you know, none of these guys got NFL just written all over them like we normally have. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if our running backs really look good in the spring game or our defensive line just really bad. You know what I'm saying? So 41-21.
Okay.
I think we give us some bad touchdowns.
I mean, it's a first game.
I think they keep it close in the first quarter or something, but then they're gonna run out of gas, and at the end, our running backs are gonna run all over them, and then that's gonna be it.
I mean, it's the first game, so people, you know, trying to get their bearings together. I mean, real game where you really putting hits.
Yeah.
You know, so all right. Next game, September 9th. You guys got California.
On the road, right?
Yeah, I got to go to Cal.
Yeah. That's gonna be a real close game, even though Cal's not that good. I just think I don't see us just going out there blowing Cal out. I think we'll win, but I think it's gonna be something like 27-17 or something. And it's gonna be close throughout the game, but then Auburn gonna run a touchdown, get a big run in the fourth quarter or something like that, and take a 10-point lead that they can't overcome. I'll put it like that. So I think that's a close one, but Auburn survive out there and, you know, get that W.
Mm-hmm. Then you come back home on the 16th, and you guys have Sanford.
And that's Sanford in Birmingham, Alabama, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like Sanford, man. I don't live too far away from that campus, but I feel like, you know, I know Auburn probably. You know, Sanford put up a good fight against Florida like a couple years ago or last year. It was something like that.
I remember they played a good game. Yeah, a couple years ago.
Like 63-6. Yeah, they scored like 60 points on Florida. You know, Florida looked bad that year. So if we lose to Cal, I don't even know how that Sanford game gonna look, but I'm gonna say we're gonna beat Cal, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna get our running game and stuff. We're gonna get a lot of stuff together against Sanford, and we'll probably win 51-10. 51-10. I think we just be too big up front, and we just stop them. 51-10. I think we'll score a lot. How you free? He's gonna try to score. So 51-10. I feel like he'll have it together by then. He'll know what he got.
Cool. All right. Then I got to go away to Texas A&M. You know, they got a new OC in Petrino, and you know what you think about that away game in Texas A&M?
See, that all depends on Texas A&M. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with Auburn to me. I think it's all about Texas A&M. I think if Texas A&M playing like they played last year, Auburn will win. Even though Texas A&M beat us last year. Oh, no, did we beat? No, we beat Texas A&M. That was the game that Cadillac won. He beat Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did beat them. But Texas A&M got talent, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They got top talent. They got 5 stars all over their field. And they can match up with anybody in the country if they, you know, I don't know what Jumbo Fisher doing, but it all depends on Texas A&M. If Texas A&M lost the game before that game, Auburn win. If Texas A&M undefeated and then they play Auburn at home, I believe Texas A&M blow us out.
Yeah.
Hey,
and that's another thing. Go ahead, Nick.
I was about to speak on, like he said, something to Texas A&M, and you know they did that video about Bob Petrino, about Jimbo Fisher and Bob Petrino, and I was saying that he need to let him call the offense because this Jimbo Fisher last go round. If it, like a 500 season is not gonna be enough. If it was me, it wouldn't be enough. Just beating Alabama this season, it wouldn't be enough. He needed to let Petrino run that offense and see what Petrino go over to having a good offense. And Jimbo Fisher is supposed to be a quarterback guru and a offensive mind. His quarterback's been looking real mid lately. His offense been looking real mid lately.
Yeah, they offense look terrible, man. And that quarterback play is one of the reasons, man. Like if he's a quarterback girl, then I'm gonna be one too.
But that Kellerman wasn't it either.
No, listen, Jimbo riding Jameis Winston. He's still riding how Jameis Winston.
That what made him look good. And he got lucky and won that game. He got lucky and won that one. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just give a score prediction. I'm gonna say Texas A&M gonna be losing and Auburn gonna be undefeated, and they're gonna want to keep that undefeated thing. And Auburn gonna win that game 27-24. They're gonna kick a field goal at the end. We got one of the best kickers now. So I think Auburn kicks a field goal and win a road game. And then people gonna start talking about Auburn. Like they're gonna be talking about Hugh Freeze and turn it around and all this stuff. That's what I think. I think turn around right there.
You know, outside of playing at Jordan Hare, I hate going to Kyle Field. I hate
that's
they got some they got that voodoo stuff like all that. Whatever, I can't stand this stuff.
You know the thing is about Auburn though, they have a lot of success out there though.
Mm-hmm.
If you look over the years, Auburn has won a lot in Kyle Field. I mean, that's where we win at. Now, Texas A&M has had a lot of success in Jordan Hare. That's why I thought they were going to win that last game. We usually lose to A&M at home for some reason.
Okay. So that's the way you guys come back home on the 30th. And, Mike, we have a lot of Georgia fans that follow us, man. I mean, we have a lot of Georgia fans that watch this page. You guys play Georgia. And all the Georgia, Georgia said they going they 3-peat this year. They don't care what nobody say. They winning it all again, 3 in a row. And we got them in the comments now saying they going to stump a mud hole, in you guys and Jordan Hare. What do you think?
Upset. I think Georgia come in too cocky and Auburn gonna hit the 0.
Yeah.
They talking like that. I think we're gonna upset them real bad, and they ain't gonna make it to the playoffs. Or next loss gonna hurt so bad where nobody ain't gonna believe in them no more. Everybody gonna be like, nah, they ain't ready. They had lost against Auburn, even though Auburn might be on. No, I'm gonna keep it real, man. I don't think they're gonna beat a mud hole or nothing. I think Auburn gonna hang tight for the first half. Cause they're at home, they might be undefeated. Georgia got this new quarterback. I think they gotta go on the road and play somebody they play Oregon at home first, right? Don't they play Oregon at home or something?
I don't know. I know they played them last year in Atlanta.
Who Georgia play? I don't know who they're gonna play before us, but I don't think this is gonna be their first like real game. So I know they got a sorry schedule. I don't think they play for Oregon.
No, they schedule
I think I remember somebody saying they schedule real soft.
It is.
So yeah, so I don't think they playing no Oregon or nobody like that. So Georgia will win. I give them credit. They probably win. It probably be a defensive game. I don't think it's gonna be a lot of scoring. Cause I know Georgia gonna have some good defense, and we're gonna have like a new quarterback. It depends on what kind of quarterback we get in the portal. Like, it gotta be a quarterback in the portal. If we don't get nobody in the portal, they might stump a mud hole in us for real. We might not even score with Robbie Ashford or nothing, cause they already gonna know what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But and it ain't like we can sub Finley in or nothing. So I say they beat us, but if we get a quarterback in the portal, I say they beat us probably around by 17. I say 34-7. I say we'll score 17.
You know what?
And we might sit down.
This is what I say though. You know what we seen from the spring game. I say I don't buy into all this stuff because it's still a whole lot of time for development from that spring game all the way to the first game, and a lot can change. A lot can change. But I'm be real with you. I don't think that much gonna change, bro. The reason why it's too early. It's early. Hugh Freeze probably can come in and get some big wins this season, but overall, I think Georgia gonna be a little too much for that.
Oh yeah, that's what I say. I mean, 34-17. I say, Kirby Smart don't really try to blow nobody out like that. So I say 34-17. Georgia sometimes in a game where they know they're gonna win, they kind of play down to their opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, I know.
Yeah.
Last year, I know a lot of teams hang around like Missouri and stuff like that. Yeah. So I say 34-17, and I say at halftime, Georgia might be winning by like a field goal or something. Wow. And then they just come out and just go ahead and beat Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Georgia don't really know what their quarterback situation is.
Yeah, I know.
Then they got Bobo coming in, so they got a old new, because he was there before. He ain't calling Todd Monken plays. Bobo, I don't know, what he's gonna call, but before he was kind of conservative. He was, more conservative than he's not airing the ball out. So I don't know, man.
I think the talent that Georgia have is just gonna be too overwhelming for Auburn right now. Auburn got some talent, but they ain't got no Georgia kind of talent. And with these being, I know Auburn been hanging with a lot of teams like Alabama and stuff like that who got way better talent. I know they can hang sometimes, but those be the years when Auburn got some talent too. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see the talent. I think Georgia's gonna, they're gonna beat us. I don't think they're gonna do us real bad, but I think they're gonna beat us by like 17.
Okay.
My man D said Hugh Freeze is known to. That is true. Hugh Freeze is known to get up for them big games, though.
Right.
Yeah, he is. Y'all know it very well.
Fact.
He almost pulled a 3 on Bama now. It was looking pretty bad that third year. Remember, Ole Miss went up like 24-7 or something.
Yeah, they went up big time.
24-3 or something. They were beating Alabama to sleep. They rocked Jalen Hurts so bad, and then they end up giving up the game. But that was the third game that Hugh Freeze had with them, and those first two, you know how those went. And then the third game, they looked pretty good too against Bama. It looked like they were getting ready to own Bama, and then Bama came back and won. I was in New Orleans watching the game. I was so happy in the second quarter. And then what to do? Drake ran that kickoff back. I was like, oh man, here it goes. I knew Alabama was gonna win. And then when he ran that kickoff back, I already knew it.
So
King and Drake.
Yeah. So the following week you guys have a bye week, and then you go away to LSU. So what do you think about LSU?
Where we at? We at home?
Nope.
Yeah,
Wait.
You got to go to Tiger Stadium.
We had bad luck at LSU. We finally beat them with Bo Nix. LSU was looking bad though. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That LSU been looking bad since last year. They came back a little bit. I think LSU gonna do it worse than Georgia did us, man. And to be honest, I just by being on the road and stuff like that, Auburn play a little bit better at home, no matter who they play against. I think on the road in Death Valley, especially if it's at night, is a wrap. I think that's when we're gonna fall on our faces real hard when we that right there will be 3-2. I think we'll be what is that? This is the 5th or 6th game.
That'll be the 6th, so you'll be 4-2.
No, I think we'll be 4-2. I think we'll be 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
I think LSU is bad.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't think we're gonna be able to stop that quarterback, man. They got that Daniels dude who he's a running quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know what the defensive line look like, so I'm scared of that. Like I was looking at our quarterbacks in the spring game, and it seemed like the quarterbacks could run all the way to the dang end zone every time they got the they just stopped the play. You know what I'm saying? It just even Philly was out there running and sliding all across the field. I don't know. I'm looking at that as a bad game because that Georgia quarterback, he seemed like a pro style, the new one they got. But I know what that dude from LSU can do. He might run all over us, and I think he is. So, and then that dude number 40, Perkins or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, that's a bad boy.
Man, if you don't have the right quarterback, man, like he probably have a career game with like 7 sacks by himself. So especially if Robbie Ashford, he might fumble like 3 or 4 times. God, he fumbles so much, man. I don't know. I think that's gonna be a bad game. I think Auburn gonna get put flat on their faces in that game, man. That's just gonna be a bad game that we just gonna have to get over quick, and go to the next game.
Okay.
If we fall right then, we should feel decent about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is all right, But if we lose to Texas A&M, Georgia, and LSU in a row, they're gonna be looking pretty bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we beat Texas A&M, lose to Georgia, and get stumped by LSU. That stumping that Georgia fans think they're gonna do, they're gonna watch LSU do it. Yeah, that's it.
Then y'all come home. I got 2 home games back to back. First one, Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin coming to town. Get your popcorn ready.
I think they're gonna beat. I think they're gonna beat Ole Miss, man. I think Ole Miss lost too much. Like we almost beat Ole Miss last year. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With nobody, we just ran over them. Ole Miss never. They don't really have nobody. He didn't do that good in recruiting this year. The transfer portal was all right, but I think Auburn gonna be up for that game and really want to beat Lane Kiffin, and then he gonna be in town. The fans gonna be hyped. I think Auburn wins that game.
But the thing about this though, y'all going against the best defensive coordinator in college football, Pete Golden. I'm just saying, man. That's a bad defense.
Auburn by 21. even if Robbie Ashford playing or Auburn by 21, even if Robbie Ashford is the starting quarterback, Auburn by 21. And the only reason we win by 21 is because I think that Auburn might give up some stupid touchdowns, but it's gonna be a high scoring game, but Auburn still gonna win by 20.
Pete Golden's gonna be like, no, don't put nobody in the box. We need more people in the backfield to cover.
Hey,
Pete Golden's opposite.
If y'all got one guy that can get behind their defense, just keep throwing to him because Pete ain't gonna change that.
We got a wide receiver who kind of did his thing a little bit last year, but we didn't throw the ball. But Camden Brown, I'm looking forward to him. And then we got that tall receiver from Cincinnati too, that I want to see what he can do. And we got a good tight end. We got that tight end.
Hey, that receiver I got from Cincinnati, and he like 6'6" or something like that. Yeah,
he real tall.
Yeah,
that's why I said
Hugh Freeze like him like that too. Cause LaCar and Treadwell, AJ Brown, he like him like that too.
Yeah. If he's anything good, and we got anybody who can throw him a ball, I believe we'll get them pretty good. And who was the next one?
Mississippi State.
I think Mississippi State. They got some little talent. And where we at? We in Auburn?
No. Yeah. It's on. Y'all home.
We're gonna feel real good about ourselves. We're gonna be 6-2. They're gonna be saying Hugh Freeze turned it around.
One thing I'm curious about Mississippi State is, they played tough last year, but Mike Leach gone now. I want to see what this new what the offense is gonna look like now. Are they gonna keep the same offense? I want to see what this head coach is gonna be about. Period.
Right.
I don't think they're gonna be about enough to come to Auburn and get no wins.
No, I don't think so neither. Cause they too predictable. Mississippi State too predictable.
Yeah, man. Mike Leach, he might have found a way to win, but I don't think they got what it takes to go in Auburn and get no win this year, man. Nah.
Okay.
6-2.
6-2. Gotcha.
Yeah. We 6 and we bowling. We already bowling.
Woo!
Okay. So
we already beat this year. We already did better than this year.
All right. Then y'all taking the trip to Nashville and y'all gonna see Vandy.
Oh yeah, that's hold on.
Go ahead.
Cause Vandy did beat Florida last year, and they did look good. They did look good. You gotta beat Vandy. It looked like.
Hey,
what we go to Vandy, right?
Yeah, y'all going to Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they ain't sent nobody to no. Let me see.
I'm gonna say this, Vandy.
I think Auburn slips up and lose to Vandy, man. I can see that. I can see Auburn slipping up, getting too cocky after beating the Mississippi and mess around and let Vandy hang tight. But I'm gonna say Auburn gonna win that game some kind of way. It's gonna be an ugly game, but Auburn some kind of way gonna pull that off to not lose to Vandy. I'm
gonna tell you, Rise Up. Vanderbilt went 5-7 last year. For a Vanderbilt team, it's kind of goddamn good for a Vanderbilt team. They beat Kentucky and Florida in the process. All right, the quarterback they got, he pretty daggone decent. He pretty daggone
decent. And it's a running quarterback. That's what I'm saying. From the spring game, I'm thinking running quarterback's gonna be able to run on us.
I'm gonna tell you this. If Auburn and Vanderbilt want to play the ball after what I seen in the spring game, I'm going with Vanderbilt because they top receiver that Vanderbilt had last year, he was real good last year. He back this season. Like this actually could be tricky if Auburn don't get the right pieces in play.
Yeah. If Auburn I think Auburn, even if we got Robbie Ashford, it'll be an ugly game, but I think we'll run over them. I think Auburn will be able to get success on, have success.
And I'm gonna tell you, their defense look better this year. Their defensive backs look better this year.
Yeah, but I think they ain't gonna, them running backs might, do a little stiff on them and get a couple, more.
They number 48.
We gotta run the ball. If by then, if we can't throw, it's gonna be a running game. You see what I'm saying? Hugh Freeze ain't gonna just keep throwing it out there and just letting people get interceptions left and right. I think by the end we're gonna establish either the running games are gonna have to be established. We're just gonna be running quarterbacks all across the play, or we gonna we might be good on passing. Who knows? I think it's an ugly game, and people gonna be like, "Oh, it's Vanderbilt. Y'all struggling against Vanderbilt."
Hey,
I think Auburn.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm calling Vanderbilt, bro. And me just trying to go brain.
I can see Ole Miss beating us before Vanderbilt. I'm gonna put it like that. And I don't think Ole Miss
Hey,
got a chance. But
Vanderbilt beat the best quarterback in college football last year, Anthony Richardson.
yeah,
I mean, that's what the NFL scouts say.
If Vanderbilt beat us, I ain't gonna be able to watch no more games for the rest of the season. I can't stomach. Even though I know Vanderbilt playing better, I just can't stomach just looking at the schedule and seeing an L by Vanderbilt. Man, I just can't.
Hey,
if we lose Vanderbilt, I'm giving up. I ain't gonna lie.
Jordan a couple years ago, neither.
Yeah, I know. I'm putting a W by that Vanderbilt game for Auburn, man. I can't do it. I could put an L by every other team besides Vanderbilt. Nah, I gotta put a W right there, man. I'm sorry. I can't see it. I gotta see that's I gotta see to believe that. That's just the name, man. I just can't see myself. You know that. Vandy, that's a team that, okay, we got Vandy, we got to win right there. We got to get 7-2.
And one of those games too, when you lost to Vanderbilt. I didn't know we had a baseball game today.
Yeah,
I didn't know we played baseball today.
If we Vanderbilt, I already know. I ain't getting on Facebook for a month because I already know they gonna give it to me, man. We can lose to all them other teams besides UMass. We can't lose to them neither, but I know we ain't gonna lose to them and Stanford. If we lose to one of them, I ain't even gonna watch the rest of the season. But I mean, I know Vanderbilt too. They up there. That's a cupcake. We won. We got it. 7-2.
That's what I will about the teams. If it happens, it will be this season and this season only.
Yeah, I will say that if Vanderbilt got a chance, they probably looking at the schedule like Auburn. Okay, yeah, we might beat that one. They might be looking at it like that. I can't look at it. I'm sorry, man. I got Auburn 7 wins. I can't. I don't know what the score. It might be ugly, but Auburn gonna find in that game, man. We ain't losing to Vanderbilt. All right, 7-2.
Okay. So we're gonna take 7-2, and we're gonna roll into Arkansas. So. You got to play the Razorbacks out there, and they still got that. Their quarterback. He's coming back this year, and J.K. Jefferson. So
yeah.
So what do you think about?
They didn't lose that Burks dude though. That wide receiver they had who killed us last year. We couldn't stop no big wide receiver last year. I don't know what it was, but we gotta go to Arkansas, right?
Yep.
I think Arkansas is gonna be doing pretty bad, but I think they get a bounce back win and beat Auburn. We're gonna be 7-3. I don't think we're gonna go out there and get a win.
Okay. Listen, Arkansas, we already know there's a lot of running with Jefferson.
Yeah.
And then Burke. And then whoever I don't know who their running back is.
Yeah, Burke. So, who they had this year that was good? That wide receiver they had somebody out there who was good with KJ Jefferson last year. I forgot who it was, but I just think that quarterback he can run real good and he's strong. I just think, I know LSU quarterback is not strong, but he can run real good. I think Jefferson gonna will that game. He just gonna beat Auburn by just bull.
Yeah, cause
just like he did last.
He gonna be the type of quarterback that he gonna weigh your defense down. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think these guys experience enough on our defensive line to go a whole game with him. I think Auburn jumps in the lead in that game, but I think in the third and fourth quarter, I think KJ Jefferson just gonna be too much for us to handle. And with that game, I think that's when they're gonna get a good bounce back win. They're gonna lose a game that they ain't supposed to, and then they're gonna come back and bounce back against Auburn, who look decent because they're gonna be 7-2. But now they're gonna be 7-3 because they're gonna lose that game.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
That's
I this
10
about KJ too. I think KJ is gonna come in with a different more different mindset too, cause he coming back for that senior season. I think.
And he trying to get in the
Yeah.
NFL, so he gonna be passing a lot trying to get in the NFL, man. So I mean, he got arm though. He got an arm and he got the leg.
Yeah.
So I don't think it just all depends on this Auburn defense. Like if LSU run all over us, we gonna lose to Arkansas too. And I mean, I don't think Arkansas got the defense. Like I think even if we got Robbie Ashford, I think he'll be able to run on Arkansas a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they got the talent on defense to really stop. I think it'll be more of a shootout game kind of thing. They might, we might get some stops. They might get some stops, but I think KJ Jefferson is gonna be the difference in that game. I think he just gonna be too much. Like last year, he was a little too much for us at the end. You know what I'm saying? Auburn jumped out in that game too, and then he came back, and we couldn't stop him. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's gonna happen this year because we don't have no big time. No, I'm gonna say we did go get that guy from Kentucky on the defensive line, so we got that guy, and then we do got a good defensive lineman who came in, our number one recruit. So it all depends. I just think Arkansas might take that game some kind of way. So I'm gonna say 7-3. We're gonna be 7-3 at that point, no matter what.
Okay. Then y'all come home. You got New Mexico State.
Yeah, I think by the end we'll have the offensive line working real good. We're gonna run all over there. I say like 55-7 or something.
Okay.
We're gonna, that's gonna be a bounce back, feel good game for Auburn. For the fans. Just out there scoring, put in backups, and let them have a little fun. Them running backs, they are gonna be running touchdowns. I think Auburn have fun with that one.
Okay. And then my mighty Alabama Crimson Tide come rolling in Auburn. Jordan Hare, baby. Iron Bowl. What you thinking?
It depends on who Alabama got. I mean,
hey, bro.
I don't see Alabama having a good year this year,
bro.
man. I see Alabama.
Hey,
I see Alabama falling to 3.
We ain't finna do that right now, dog. We ain't finna do that, dog. We ain't finna do that, dog. Nah.
I don't think Alabama's gonna have a good year. I think they're gonna fall to LSU, even though LSU got to come to Tuscaloosa.
Even though LSU got lucky, they lost 4 games last year. They got lucky against Alabama. We had a solid defensive scheme.
I think Tennessee is gonna beat Alabama. I do. And I think Texas is gonna beat Alabama too. So
very funny. I like you.
And then Alabama gonna be so mad that they have lost all those games that they're gonna just come and Jordan Hare.
You already know, bro. You already know.
It was fun while we had them, but this the end of everything.
You already know.
I think Alabama gonna be so mad that they lost all those games this year. No, they can't go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That they gonna come to Auburn and lay an egg.
Well, I can say
Auburn gonna have a quarterback, but then they're gonna put in Robbie Ashford as they backup in the third quarter because they're gonna be so bad, and Auburn just gonna go and just beat them so bad, and they gonna say Nick, it's the end of Nick Saban, and he's done, and Auburn gonna be 7-3 for the season.
Oh yeah.
8 games before the bowl game. Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Man.
And LSU going to the SEC championship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to beat Alabama and Auburn and everybody else. I think LSU might lose one game.
Now, who you think they're gonna lose?
But there you go. I don't even know. I just see them slipping up some kind of way. But
You think they lose into? Okay, so LSU in the West. You already said they beat Bama. You already said they beat Auburn. So
yeah, be in the
Texas A&M.
Yeah, they gonna Texas A&M ain't ready, man.
Or they gonna lose to Arkansas.
I just really don't think that Texas A&M gonna be able to turn what they did last year around that like that. I don't see them turning around like, you know. I know they got talent, you know, but they had talent last year and they couldn't do nothing with it. So I don't see them just being able to do stuff with talent just all of a sudden, you know. Like
and
I don't know.
What you saying about Texas A&M? See, Jim official right now at the point he at. As long as he been at Texas A&M, he got to come in and rebuild the culture again already. Cause he all them players last year. He got to rebuild the culture.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they looking bad. Like,
I'm trying to see who this LSU team gonna lose to. So is it gonna be Arkansas?
They might lose to Florida, don't they play? Yeah.
No, they gotta lose to somebody in the. They gotta lose somebody in the West.
Oh yeah. They have to. I mean, I say they lose one game. I ain't say it had to be somebody in the West. I just say they lose one game. I don't think they're gonna just. I don't see them losing nobody in the West.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
I think LSU the best team.
So.
And Auburn is second.
Oh yeah, Auburn is second place. Hey, bro, listen, you a fan, so we're gonna let you be a fan. But you know, I know you don't mean that, right? You know I mean that. I know that you don't mean it.
All right, we might slip up and lose to Ole Miss. I say, I don't think we're gonna slip up and lose to Bama, man. I really think this is our year to beat Bama. I think no matter who we got on the field, even if Robbie is our quarterback, I think Alabama struggle when they come down to Auburn, man. No matter who on the field, man. I mean, shit, we had TJ Finley on the field, and he almost beat Alabama. So, I mean, he was looking bad before the Alabama game, and then he looked good he didn't look good, but I mean, you know, Auburn looked decent on defense. I just think Alabama struggled down there, man. And I don't think they're gonna have a good game down there. I mean, they never had a real good game since Saban been there in Auburn. Tell me one year that they did good in Auburn. Yeah. Tell me one year they did good in Auburn. I mean, Saban got there in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to Auburn that year.
Mm-hmm.
So 2008, 2009. I know one of those years, I think it was 2009 or 8. It was one of them. Auburn almost beat them.
Right.
I can't remember what year. I believe one of the year we put a good butt whipping on y'all down there, though. It was one of them years. I can't remember.
It had to be one of those two because 2011, y'all probably did. You know, they probably won and they probably did pretty good. I know 2012 we went to Tuscaloosa and got beat 49-0.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Then 2013, you know what happened? Kick 6. 2015, I think the score was like 13-29 or something like that. And then Henry scored a touchdown at the last minute, you know, to make that look good. So it ain't like Alabama had a good game. And then 2017, Alabama got beat. And then 2019, Alabama got beat. And then 2021, 4 overtime. So, you know, I mean, the last 10 years, the last 5 or 6 times Alabama came down there, it's been they ain't look like Alabama.
I get this. I don't like going to Georgia.
And just think about it. Even in 2015, when we had Jeremy Johnson starting, and you know how bad that season started with Jeremy Johnson throwing all those interceptions. He looked like they were putting the blind. They had Stevie Wonder head on throwing the football. So I think that. I mean, and then Alabama still barely won that game. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, Jeremy Johnson even threw a touchdown in that game. So, I was scared when I saw him out there, but Alabama still couldn't just blow Auburn out.
Mm-hmm.
So, even with TJ Finley, Jeremy Johnson Jr.
That's funny. That's hilarious right there.
I mean, when he go out on the field, that's who he look like to me. He look like Jeremy.
Hey, but you know what? Like, he do put me in the mind of Jeremy Johnson, though, man.
Man, I mean, when he go out there and his throwing and how he move in the pocket and everything, he look just like Jeremy Johnson, man. I was like, man, oh my God, this is Jeremy Johnson all over again. But he even, you know, Alabama still didn't do good against him, you know. So I think Alabama struggles down there in Auburn, man. I don't see them.
Y'all got them chicken feet y'all be putting out there and
well, I hope we do. I hope we got a whole bunch of them out there this time, because I don't see them. If Alabama win, it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a close. But I don't see them winning. Alabama, I don't see them winning no game like that, man. I see them losing a lot. I don't think this y'all year, man. Y'all don't have no proven quarterback like y'all normally do. Like, you know who gonna come in and you know what they can do. We don't know. I mean, who you gonna play? The guy who came in last year?
So you taking your unproven? Y'all don't even know if y'all gonna use the quarterback on the roster over our quarterback. Y'all probably gonna use the quarterback on the roster right now.
Right.
I mean, Robbie Ashford went to Tuscaloosa and threw ran a touchdown and got, you know, I think he threw a couple touchdowns too, right?
I think he threw one.
A long touchdown.
I know he ran for over 100 yards.
Yeah, and he threw a touchdown, touchdown.
But I'm gonna tell you, if y'all depending on Robbie Ashford, believe me, y'all done went through so much of a quarterback carousel throughout the year that everybody confused now. If y'all leaning on Robbie Ashford,
I think Hugh Freeze gonna get a quarterback, man. Just my opinion.
So too.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get a quarterback, and I just don't see Alabama coming down and winning, man. I'm sorry, y'all gonna lose that one. Even if y'all undefeated, there's gonna be one of them games again where y'all lose in Auburn and might not go to the playoffs because
well, we ain't got Pete Golden.
Huh?
Pete Golden gone.
It
doesn't matter.
Pete Golden gone. That stuff that happened in Tennessee last year. I mean, the stuff that happened with Tennessee, the stuff that happened with Texas, and
are you talking about them 5? You talking about them 5 touchdowns by one
dude. Same thing with Texas. Same thing with Texas.
Yeah.
If Beverly got hurt, it's the same dude that was burning us every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when we go to not JT Dane. What's that boy name in LSU?
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Jay Daniels. Yeah.
No adjustments. We got a whole new scheme coming this year. So
Daniel was running to the end zone, waving there. It was funny to me. Hey, I enjoyed that game too, man.
Let's go back to Pete Golden. So we talking about Jaden Daniels, how we run the ball. We don't learn to put a spy on and run a quarterback. When we get to Auburn, we didn't learn that at all. Pete Golden didn't learn the lesson. He ran for over 100 yards. I said, goddamn, Pete Golden gonna make me kill this man.
Right.
Yeah.
Just happened. Texas, the dude was killing us. And we go to Tennessee, and you got the same man beat you 5 times, and you don't make not one adjustment.
Yeah, look. Then we in the game. We in the driver's seat. Then look. It took 2 big plays in less than 7 seconds to get in field goal range.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
And what makes it so bad, I knew they were gonna get in field goal range. Like I knew Tennessee was still gonna win that game off a field goal because I knew they were gonna get in field goal range because I ain't believe in Bama defense on the pass, and I knew they were gonna have to pass the ball. Y'all hadn't stopped the pass all game, so I knew they were going to get in field goal range. It was up to that kicker. Now, I did think Bama was going to block that kick. I'm not going to lie. I thought they were going to block that kick. That was the only hope I thought Bama had was to block that kick. That defense wasn't going to stop nothing, though.
Nah, it went.
Well, like I said, we don't have that coordinator no more. And we don't have
that. Yeah, I know y'all don't.
And LOC no more. So it's a different day, baby.
I don't think y'all needed a new OC. I think y'all gonna struggle with that new OC. I think y'all was better
What?
off with the one.
The reason
Wait
why,
a minute. You don't think we need a new OC?
and the reason why, see, cause everybody see average 40 points a game, but they didn't see the fact that he didn't know how to use the skill set around the players. He didn't know how, you know what I'm saying? Only thing he used was Bryce's skill set, but okay, that skill set when working with the personnel you had, so you got to learn how to scheme around your other personnel. It ain't just a Bryce game, you know.
Right.
I just think y'all wide receivers just wasn't good enough to get open downfield.
In fact, so with that being said, with him, why do you still call long drawn out routes? Why don't you try to shorten the route?
Yeah, that's true.
Or the wide receiver going around? I can't even name the damn player right now. But he didn't adjust to the personnel he had, man.
Right. You start calling quick slants.
Yeah, you did right about that. He knew those guys couldn't get open downfield.
And he
So
right the same thing.
Pocket for them to get open, and they couldn't get open like the last year run.
Right.
They were getting open down there,
right.
And he knew how. See, Bryce Young knew where to throw the ball at, where the receiver was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But those guys been fast enough to get there, like them last receivers. So that's why a lot of balls look like, where is he throwing it to? But he was throwing it to the right at the end of that route. Those receivers just took too long to get to the end of that route where they went there when the ball got there. See, it was supposed to go like clockwork. So I think the offensive coordinator did a good job on the play. It's just that he didn't have the personnel, but then he didn't make adjustments.
Exactly.
Once he started.
And I was telling people that first year with Bill O'Brien, I was telling people midway first year, I said, Bill O'Brien, he don't know how to create in a moment. He don't know how to go off script where he got in, and this is the only thing he gonna call. It looked so good because John Mechie, James Williams, and Bryce were bailing him out so much that year, like it looked good. But when we come on second season, we can see during the Texas game that exactly what I was saying midway doing last season, it came to fruition that season, and it happened all through the season with lesser talent and wide receiver.
So, all right, man. Well, it's been a good show. You talk some good, some good football, Mike. You gotta let the delusion in there. I'm talking about my Bama Tide coming down and doing that.
I think that last one was the only one that I got right. 30% right. That's the one I feel the best about.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I know where to catch it. Linda P is tea in the cup. Just sweet tea. That's all I got in my cup. So all the people in the chat and on the show, Mr. Alfred here. If you're in the Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, what all area you cover as far as real estate?
Birmingham and Tuscaloosa.
Birmingham, Tuscaloosa area. He is a fine realtor. Jermichael Alfred with Kelly Wright Realty. So if you're looking to sell and or buy a house, good guy. Also, he is a trucker as well. He owns his trucking company, MOW Trucking. So, logistic reason. If you guys, maybe, what you hear calling people? The setup and runs.
Oh, recruiter. Dispatcher.
So, and you're looking for, a good trucking company to get your loads picked up or taken or whatever. This is the man to talk to. Mike, how can I get in touch with you, man? Email, phone, social media?
Yeah. My trucking company website is mowexpress company.com. And our phone number is 205-948-7846. And I can also be reached at that number for real estate as well. Or they can, if you want to talk about, real estate, just call me at 205-335-4831. Again, it's 205-335-4831. And that's when you can talk to me about real estate only. But I mean, I do the real estate, the trucking, and I also do dispatching for trucking companies. My company is 3J Transportation. Um, so if you know anybody who needs a dispatcher out there for a company, I can do that as well.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. And before y'all kill him too bad in the comments, y'all, that's my little brother. Okay, that's my little brother. Listen, when we were young, I pushed him down out the porch a couple times. And he bumped his head and stuff like that. So he ain't all the way right. He can get right. Can't get right, but he's a good dude, man. I love him to death, and it was good having you on the show, man, talking with us.
All
And hopefully, man, like I said, when football starts
Yes,
up,
sir.
and before the Iron Bowl come on that week, we can get you back on the show and
Oh yeah.
and watch you change your mind, because
Nah, you
y'all
can be on
gonna
the
be
show.
zero and
So I can,
9 or 10.
so I want to y'all pieces after the Iron Bowl. That's what
You ain't gonna want to talk to us after.
get,
You ain't gonna want to talk to us after the Iron Bowl.
oh no, I'm gonna definitely want
No,
to
you
talk
ain't.
after.
No, you ain't, because I ain't gonna be able to find you. I ain't gonna find you. Mama house. I ain't gonna find you. Sister house. I called your wife. She ain't gonna know it. We had to put out all point bullets on you, boy.
I'm gonna be very findable.
All right,
Trust
got you. Well, Nick, anything you want to say, like, before we close this thing off, man?
Hey man, y'all come over to Nick Saban Jr. Sports TV. Come check me out. Hey, thank you for coming on, giving us your time tonight, man. There was some good football talk. I like it. We offer the platform for other fan bases to come talk their noise, and you did kind of off a little bit, but I get it. No, you did exactly what we expect you to do, wanted you to do, man. Appreciate you for coming on tonight.
All right.
And I'm gonna let you give your folks a War Eagle or a Go Tiger,
Yeah.
whatever the hell y'all say.
Or a damn eagle. You know what we say.
Chicken, War Chicken Cat, and to all the true fans,
Or damn.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, baby.
All right.
We